The heat has been working at the house for a couple weeks now. I thought I had taken a video when it was all done, but can't find it. So the heat is good. I'm super pumped about it. All the connections, all the soldered connections were perfect. No issues there. So we've got oil heat going, baseboard oil heat, and still using the pellet stove in the basement. But yeah, I'm super pleased with how this project came out. This is the master bedroom. I picked up some furniture from my brother Zach, and so that's good. Got a couple dressers, and what else we got? A few dressers. Oh, box spring. Appreciate that. And I guess before these were Zach's, they were my brother Jeff's. So now I get them, and probably their next stop in a couple years will be the fire pit. But for now, they more than get the job done. We are getting a new fridge delivered today. That's why the old fridge is right there. What's wrong with the old fridge? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You'll have to ask my woman what's wrong with it. I think it's the wrong color or something. Anyway, new fridge getting delivered. Put it right over there, of course, next to the stove. I'm sure it'll look sharp, and my woman will be happy. And we will have 2 full-size refrigerators. Put the old one in the basement. And there's our new fridge. Not pushed against the wall yet because I'm still working on that wall. I know it looks like we just painted the old fridge black, which is what I wanted to do, but that idea did not gain traction with the decision maker. So brand new fridge that matches all the other appliances. But I should note, this did not set us back at all. This was, the money for this was gifted to us from Pop Pop and Grammy Pammy. So much appreciated there. Now we got our new fridge. Now to the next project, what I'm gonna work on today. So you walk in here, I'm in the dining room, and you get the kitchen, living room, right? You thinking what I'm thinking when you look at all these quote-unquote rooms? Yep, not enough walls. Needs more walls. So starting with, gotta divide the part of the living room, to divide it from the kitchen a little better. So kind of see, let's see, yeah, right here, and stopping just at that corner of the linoleum. Gonna extend the wall. It's just, I think, 6 feet. So the idea, of course, I just want some sound separation between those rooms. I don't want to hear the TV so much from the kitchen, and I don't want to hear the kitchen appliances like the dishwasher while I'm trying to listen to the TV. Also, of course, walls equal more space to put things against, you know, have it kind of look better. So whether we choose more cabinets or something for storage that goes against that wall. So back in the day, as this house is 50 years old, I see why it made sense to not really have walls up here. So chimney's in the center of the house, and after we pulled up the carpet, you can see there clearly was a hearth right there, and I'm sure a wood stove, right? But now there's a pellet stove hooked into that same flue in the basement. So we couldn't attach another appliance here if we wanted to, but having that heat, like I said, at some point way back when, having that right in the center of the house without walls obstructing the airflow, the heat flow, you know, I get why that made sense. So the kitchen floor is linoleum, then a thin layer of plywood subfloor, and then another layer of linoleum, because why not? So that is all higher than the wood floor below it. So I'm just going to cut that off so that when I put the wall up, it's all level and everything. So yeah, get a plunge saw. So kind of, well, it's a type of circular saw, but I set the depth to what I think I need to cut, and it just plunges right in. It's safer than trying to do this with just a straight up circular saw. Okay. Nope. Go to the other side. Perfect. Cut it the right depth, coming right up. Okay, the wall is framed. I'll show that in more detail in a minute. But for now, I'm focusing on the light switch. So moving the light switch, that's why it's cut out right there, so I could feed the wire through, and then the switch is going over there. So that switch is not hooked up yet. I turned off the breaker for this room and disconnected the switch, and I believe I know which of the wires is live, so only one of them is going to be live. The other one only becomes live when the switch is connected, right, and turned on. But pretty easy to verify which one's live. I've just got a little voltage detector here, so you don't actually have to be touching a wire. Just kind of get close enough to it. It'll tell you which one is live. So hit the button, nothing. This one. There we go. That's the live one. So that's important because that's the one that needs to then be connected to the outlets, or the outlets that I'm adding in to the wall. So I'll connect these wires up, and then I'll have my new working switch over to the left. So now I've got the breaker back off, and if you want to verify again, there you go. Now it's not live, neither of them. Okay, the switch is moved, so we can flip that on and get a better look at the wall that's all framed. So, ran the electrical, moved the switch, everything's framed. Next step is get the sheetrock up there. So we take a look at these junctions going on over here. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess right now, but I need to, or I'm going to cut out the metal workbox that's in there. It's not really big enough to hold all of these connections, and the best tool to use for that would be a reciprocating saw. I don't have one here at the moment. I only have one, I think, and it's at the cabin. So that's fine. That's good for now. But yeah, there will always be a junction box there, and I'll just put a flat plate on it. Got right, so be that box, just put a flat cover on it. That's not going to bug me. Alternatively, I could have gone up into the attic or into the basement, wherever these wires originate, and I'd have to pull the whole line out and start fresh if I didn't want to have those connections there. Didn't feel like doing that. Don't care. Okay, well, gonna get some sheetrock up there. Okay, hanging drywall. So you start with the top. That way you get nice good seam at the top. If you have to cut from anywhere for the height, you cut from the bottom. And of course, that's all going to get covered with your baseboard molding. So this is already cut to the right width. It's going to be higher than all the electrical boxes, so I don't have to cut any holes in here. So yeah, I measured down 4 feet from the ceiling, made marks, that's how tall the drywall is, 4 feet. Now I know the ceiling bows a bit in the center. Make sure you've checked on that, especially if it's an older house, because if I had measured down just from the ends, I'd be too tight for it to fit in the center. The center's the low part. So measured down, made marks, and then drove nails about halfway in there. Those nails are going to be my helpers, just like other things I've done, stuff I've done at the cabin. When you're doing it solo, just got to lift this up, rest on those nails, and put a few screws in to hold it. Those screws, I've already got them started, so I don't have to try too hard getting those going while I'm also holding up the sheetrock. So those are started. I'll put those in, and then I'll be able to do all the rest of the screws, get that secured. it's up there. So now I can remove those helper nails, and it's just going to be a bunch of tedious putting in screws. There, this side is all walled over. I'll get to the other side some other day. I think I'm done for now. Just do a quick scan of the rooms so you get a better sense of how this helps separate things. But for one, I can no longer see the stove and the dishwasher from right here. Still plenty of space to just walk through though. It's not like there's doors between the rooms. And then over to the kitchen. Freaking awesome. Probably put a pantry against that wall. And so yeah, here I am, no longer able to see the TV. Hopefully hear it a little less too.